just back under the green flag here at Fontana, California. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series up to full speed. Brian Vickers the leader, Mark Martin second, Kurt Busch third, Jeff Gordon in 24 is fourth, and Jimmy Johnson is fifth. Tony Stewart is back in 39th, Greg Biffle in 40th, Matt Kenseth 36th, Kevin Harvick 37th, Brendan Gaughan 38th after having to go to the end of the line for pitting before the pit road was open. Biffle was 4th, Stewart was 14th before those penalties.
And wow, Vickers just gets off to a blinding restart and pulls away from Mark Martin. Kurt Busch is, oh, look how loose Busch is in that 97 car. Bill, what about the 25? He looks awesome today.
Sticker tires now, Benny. They started on scuffs, so he's on sticker tires, and his crew chief told him, when we put these on, you'll be a lot better. He was right. Marty.
Well, Bill, let's talk to Robbie Reiser. What transpired to bring you to pit road, Robbie?
Well, NASCAR, I asked the official right here if we were open, and he said yes, so we came down pit road, and I don't know, pretty unfair way to handle this, but it's like dealing with the government. There ain't much you can do with it. It's just the way it is. Told me I had to start at the tail end of the longest line because pit road was closed, but the official told us down here it was open, so we just followed what he told us, and that's the way they called it.
Matt, pretty upset on the radio. His point is that they should have put him back in line where he was. Dave?
Well, Marty, talk with Doug Richard of the 16 crew. Get back upstairs, guys.
Got trouble, turn 2, J.J. Yaley and Brendan Gaughan. Yaley in the 11, Gaughan in the 77.
Man. So look what that pit stop cost Brendan Gaughan. He gets back there at the end of the...
Back there in the end of the line in the traffic.
And and you're mad.
Yaley in his Nextel Cup debut driving for Joe Gibbs. Only lasts 33 laps before involved in this crash. And then Brendan Gaughan, after the penalty Benny talked about, caught up in the accident.
We see Brendan up there on the very top. Just loses it, Wally.
Yaley.
Yaley, I'm sorry, yeah.
He gets up in the gray stuff, and then he turns it back to the right, which Brendan Gaughan thought he was going down the racetrack, so he chose to go high, but unfortunately Yaley started going back up the racetrack, and Brendan had no place to go. See Brendan there.
Yeah, he thinks he's going
Yaley's
down.
going down the racetrack, and then he turns it to the right. Oh, man. Bad luck right there.
Yes, sir.
That is bad luck.
Look at all the water. The radiator.
From Tony Stewart's view. Stewart squeezes by. The caution flag is out here in California.
NBC's coverage of NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. By Visa, proud sponsor of NASCAR. By Chevy, the winningest name in racing, an American revolution. And by Miller, there's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
Caution is out for the second time here in California while we're under the yellow. Let's check our Craftsman Truck Series update. No race this weekend for the trucks. They go to Richmond, Virginia Thursday night. Bobby Hamilton leading the championship with 9 races to go. NASCAR Busch Series update yesterday. Greg Biffle won his 5th race of 2004, holding off Casey Mears in a very thrilling late race duel. Martin Truex finishing just ahead of Kyle Busch, so there's the gap between the two with 9 races to go in the Busch Series season. They race in Richmond, Virginia next Friday night. Caution out for a crash. J.J. Yaley spun in turn 2 and then was collected by Brendan Gaughan. Bang.
Hard contact.
And both drivers able to climb out of their cars and walk away from the accident. Here's Yaley extricating himself from his machine.
Remember what you were saying about those rookies? Stuff's pretty hard.
Well,
He's just found that out.
He found out how tough this business is, yes.
And the cleanup continues from the water and bits and pieces and all the rest that those cars shed after the accident. So we're going to be under yellow for a couple of more laps. Let's take the opportunity to take another break. So we'll come back for the restart and get you set for more green flag racing. Brian Vickers is the leader. You know, he's loving LA right now. McDonald's Drive-Thru Pit Crew Championship, fueled by Powerade, is a contest that rewards pit crews for spending the least amount of time on pit road in races. Robbie Gordon's team winning $20,000 among participating crews.
I don't recognize a few of those pit crew members in that shot right now.
Yeah, they know it. 20 grand for them. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team leads the season-long standings for 200 grand, and we're back underway.
And Brian Vickers still in command of this race. Mark Martin in second, and Jeff Gordon is in third. See if Mark is able to stay closer to Vickers on this restart. Tires now have a couple of laps on them.
39 cars on the lead lap. The only car that's on the Speedway that's not on the lead lap is Derek Cope. He had troubles at the start and spent actually some time behind the wall before the green flag even waved because they couldn't get his car started.
So that's close right there. Now, Jeff Gordon's trying to pinch him and make him either loose or lose the nose, which he did. He pulled it off. But boy, Jeff was not giving his teammate much room there.
No, he sure did not. I had to chuckle at that because he goes down right against the 48 car and makes him just back off the throttle. Bill, 48 looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good from the driver's seat, too. In fact, Jimmy Johnson, after the caution came out, talked about his car, said it's running well. He goes, I think some of these guys up here are going to be in a little trouble later today. That's how good he thinks his car is.
24 is a little bit trouble there.
Man, you know, they're running the spring so soft in the front, they actually are coil binding. They go down, and when they get so far, they're just solid. And we can see Jeff Gordon's car looks like it's a solid axle.
Oh, Ryan Newman gave the wall a scare there in the 12.
Nemechek in 01 down on the inside, trying to get by.
Benny, just for people who might not get the clear picture of what a coil bind is, if you take a spring and you squish it all the way together where the different coils of the spring are up against each other, that is a coil bind.
Makes the spring solid instead of any spring to it at all.
Well, Jimmy Johnson going to get second from Mark Martin. How about Mark's car, Matty?
Pat Tryson told me that all week long Mark Martin beat himself up over his mental mistake on his exit of pit road last week at Bristol. Knows the opportunity he had to let get away. He's 35 points out of the top 10. He came on the radio and said, Eddie Parview, you tell the 25 I'm coming. I need to lead some laps, but he's not going to be able to do it. Fading back his car a little bit on the free side.
He gives up third spot as Casey Kane in the 9 gets around him, shuffling Mark back to fourth. Let's check with some of the drivers involved in this most recent accident. Marty?
Alan, we saw the vicious lick for Brendan Gaughan. First of all, are you okay? And what started all that?
I don't know. Guy shouldn't have been out there. You know, John Darby said it for years in all the rookie meetings. If there's a day where you go up to the wall and you hit it, and if you got it lost, just keep it up there. You know, and he had it up there, and I watched him hit it. I'm going, okay, go underneath him. I start to go low, he goes low, I go back above me. For some reason, corrects again and comes back in front of us. Another one of those days where it's loud out here. It's another one of those days where the Kodak team gets to say we had a great car and just didn't have a great finish.
J.J. Yeley did walk into the infield care center. He is fine and will be released in a moment.
Frustration there.
You bet.
Look at this little hornet's nest here.
Yeah.
Bill Elliott kind of back in the middle of this after running up front in the early laps.
Here comes Casey Kane, and Allen looks like he's going to try that line that he used yesterday. Well, no, he's not nearly as high as he was yesterday, but he's on the high side, and it is working. Look how fast.
Man, that is. And there's not too many cars that were doing that, I don't think, yesterday. Doesn't look like there's that many cars that can do that today and be that fast.
Casey Kane led 77 laps of this year's first race here in May. We've got a smoker here. That's Carl Edwards.
What's an engine or a left rear tire?
Caution is out for the 99.
I'd say that's an engine.
I guess that's an engine.
So that'd be yellow number 3 in this race.
It feels like a flat. Is it a flat? Yeah, left side flat, Carl. You got left front flat.
Left front flat. Huh. Boy, he caught a break, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Man.
So Carl Edwards, the 25-year-old from Columbia, Missouri, in his third Nextel Cup Series start, will try to limp that thing back around to pit road without tearing it up anymore.
And he'll catch a break if he can get back fast enough to stop, change the tire, and get back on the racetrack before he's lapped.
Or that tire comes apart.
Yeah,
so far it looks good.
Yeah, the danger is going too fast on that flat tire. If he does that, he won't have any left front fender left.
I think he's going to be okay as long as the tire doesn't come apart. It's wanting to, though, isn't it?
Hurry up, Carl. If you speed on pit road for trying to keep from going a lap down, they put you a lap down, so just do the best you can.
Yeah, hurry up, but don't hurry up.
Yeah, exactly.
You hurry up, you're going to blow that left front tire, and you're going to be done for the day.
And if you speed, you're going to lose a lap anyway, so hurry up. Now, that's pretty smart. Get into the grass. It's got to be cooler in there.
Now, here is the opening of pit road, so he might just make it.
Pace car's on the backstretch. I think it's going to be okay. It sure didn't look like an engine.
So pit road's going to be open this time. Only, what, 28, maybe 10 laps of racing since they last pitted, if that. So
I don't think there's going to be
any of the leaders pitting. You disagree?
I think there's going to be a lot of cars coming in. I don't know leaders or not, but I'd keep put tires on the car. Keep handing me water and ice packs.
I think that's one thing. That's a very good point, Wally. I think they need to take care of the driver as much as they take care of the car today because it is hot.
It's only been 11 laps of green flag racing since they took on tires.
They're coming.
But here they come.
Now that some of the guys, Biffle and some of those guys made the mistake, they may stay on the racetrack and try to get some position back.
Well, the first one stayed on the racetrack is Kurt Busch. So the 5th place driver is going to stay out and take the lead. Marty?
Alan, 25th to 9th for Dale Jarrett. 88 bunch, very happy. They hand him a bag of ice, clean the windshield. Car just a little bit tight, half round a wedge in the right rear, Matt.
And Tommy Baldwin wants to stick with their original game plan, whether others take 2 tires or 4. They're going to go with 4, make a slight air pressure adjustment. They're continuing the direction they were going to free this race car up, Dave.
Joe Nemechek leaving pit road after getting 2 right side tires and no changes. Bill?
The 25 did not want to stop, but Peter Suspenso, crew chief for Brian Vickers, said we better. The car was so good, but they came in anyway, got 4 tires, no adjustments. He's on his way, but he's going to lose ground to guys that took 2 tires or no tires.
So Kurt Busch is going to be the new leader, and the running order has been shuffled. We'll come back for the restart in a moment from California Speedway. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.